What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol SAVA for Cassava Sciences. On the left-hand side, we're looking at the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First thing to point out is that this one did have a massive gap down today, tried to fill some of it, but did end up closing weak. So let's zoom in a bit here from the daily perspective and map out some levels. We're just going to do some adjusting first, and then we'll get the new tool out. So we're going to break this one down. If we could get a click here. Thank you, Thinkorswim. There we go, to today's high of day, of course, and the gap will fill technically all the way up here at 115.73. So quite a ways overhead there. That's about a 20-point gap still remaining overhead. Not a good day inside of SAVA. So let's take a look at the 30-minute now that we have the gap officially marked off and just kind of judge the price action here. As you know, what we like to do is take out the Fibonacci's, go from the low of the move up to the high just to see what was going on with the first initial drive higher. And as you can see, on the first pullback, we did form a hammer candle off the 50% retracement. That's that green one right in there. Let me zoom in a bit so you might be able to see that a little bit better. And then we started breaking down under the 50. Then we started breaking down under the 61.8. We retraced 100% and pretty much closed at that number, right? So in terms of the move higher, that was, relatively weak, especially with the shooting star up here at the top, just not what you want to see. So if we go from the high down to the low this time, what we're looking at going forward is essentially the 38.2 at 85.50. So let's go ahead and throw on a level just with a price tool here. That way we can clean up the chart with all this blue line nonsense. So we'll get rid of that, and that is the number to watch. Any sort of consolidation, so look at the daily time frame now on the left, any consolidation down here strikes me as extremely bearish, especially given the nature of today's candle. Large upper wick resisted right at the 50 SMA, right at prior or just below prior lows in here. Just a very technical turning point. To me, it does look, again, just fairly weak, and we looked at that with the Fibonacci's as well. So consolidation here strikes me as bearish, looking for the short underneath that low of day. Again, let's just map that in with a price level. So we'll do something like this over here. So 78.51 would be the short entry to trade back down towards our major zone of support from the daily time frame. You can see in here, and this did go slightly lower, but 72.13 is the number to be watching for if we do move lower. And remembering that if we go over to the trade tab, we'll go to all products. There we go. And what we want to look at is, of course, this is hard to borrow. You're not going to do it with shares, but checking in on the options volume and contract over here, the put side is completely fine, right? There's plenty of volume there to take a trade short. Back over to the charts, that would be the first target. Underneath that, obviously, you have 65, the whole number. If we start to retrace higher, again, if we do take out 85.38, it's not like you're immediately just looking for a long here. You're probably, just avoiding longs given the damage that has been done to the chart and seeing what type of structure builds out. If we get a couple of days that maybe consolidate in here just below the gap low at 96.64, fine. Then you can, attempt to trade the gap fill up higher. But until that structure actually builds out, I wouldn't be going blindly long here inside of SAVA. It just, it doesn't strike me as the healthiest thing to do at this point in time. So if you enjoyed today's video, if you learned something new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.